Radio York. It's Neil with movies and musicals and a look around at North Yorkshire's theatres, telling you about what's happening over the next 7 days. Now, Parade, the highly acclaimed Broadway musical based on a real-life murder trial in the Deep South, is being performed for the first time ever in York this week. The Broadway production won Tony Awards in 1999 for its story and its music. This version will be the first show by the newly formed Encore Theatre Productions, and I've been to meet some of the cast: Jenny Scoullar, Richard Blackburn and Mikhail Lim.
Parade is set in 1913 in Georgia in the US. It is a true story that follows a guy called Leo Frank, who is a Jewish factory manager who is wrongly accused of raping and murdering this young factory worker. Basically, the whole story follows the trial. It follows the evolving relationship between him and his wife, Lucille. And it also includes a whole load of anti-Semitic tensions, and Britt Craig kind of ruffles some feathers at the same time.
It sounds really heavy, and especially to say it's based on a true story. It doesn't sound like very likely material for a musical, does it?
It's one of those things a bit like Sondheim. Anybody who listens to the plot of a Sondheim show will often think that it sounds really heavy, but then a lot of the music is actually quite entertaining. You find that in this show. There's some really fantastic music. There's some real upbeat numbers. I mean, the two numbers that Britt Craig does are actually quite upbeat numbers. The first one's quite funny, and the second one is a real upbeat number. And certainly the number that Jim Conley does is probably the show-stopping number in the whole show. But but if you like Sondheim, and if you like Ragtime as well, Ragtime, a few people might have seen that one. If you like anything like that, you will really, really like this show.
I'm gonna go to the picture show, there's a movie I gotta see.
Jason Robert Brown, who wrote this show, is something of a... He's got a bit of a cult following, really, amongst fans of musical theatre at the moment. How would you describe the work of Jason Robert Brown?
Very underrated, I think. I mean, it's such amazing music, and he... like, all of the influences that he has in his culture, like Jewish and American, are basically emulated in his work.
It's so fresh.
Very, very fresh.
And this will obviously be the first time this show's been seen in York. Why did you guys decide to put this show on?
Because it's just so very different. Because people are a little bit afraid to do it. It's tricky, but we're rising to the challenge. We're absolutely loving the content. The harmonies are fantastic. So the characters are amazing. We're really enjoying creating them. It's just something different.
And I think that's what you're always looking for as a performer, is really, to push yourself and try different things. And I think that really comes through in the performance as well, because I think if everybody's really into the show and everybody's performing well, that the audience will really pick up on that as well. And I think that will come through, and I think people should really come down and see something new. Big news, my saviour has arrived.
And it's the first show for your company, which is a fledgling company. You've chosen the Ayckbourn Theatre at York College to perform. Why have you chosen that as a performance venue, and what's it like?
It's so very intimate.
Yes,
it's so small. The audience are there. They're going to feel that they're actually in the trial scene. They're in this relationship with Leo and Lucille. It's just an absolutely perfect venue for what we needed.
That's Jenny Scoullar, Richard Blackburn and Mikhail Lim, part of the cast of Encore Theatre Productions Parade. It's at the Ayckbourn Theatre of York College from Tuesday to Saturday this week, nightly at 7:30. If you want to get tickets in advance, you can get those through the York Theatre Royal box office. Good luck with the show, guys. By the way, you can also read more about that show if you've got Friday's edition of The Press. There's a great article there that Charles Hutchinson's done about the show, so you can read more about it. And if you've got a show, as I always say to you, we can publicise it here on BBC Radio York, no matter how big or small.